Good day, Papua New Guinea. Today I'm doing this short video to raise a concern about the current government of the day, weaponizing state institutions to go after its political rivals. The classic example in this case is Honorable Prime Minister directing the Office of the Auditor General to investigate the agendas that his political enemy number one and the alternate Prime Minister headed before he defected to the opposition. This is pure political witch hunt, and we must discourage this from our Prime Minister. Yes, we are very much concerned about the huge amount of money being pumped into one particular department or one particular provincial government and being misused, and Papua New Guinea welcomes such investigations. But it must be done for a good cause and not just pure political witch hunt as such. The question that every Papua New Guineans are now asking is, why didn't Prime Minister directed the Office of the Auditor General to investigate Department of National Planning and Finance, the Department of Works, when Honorable Peter O'Neill raised this very same issue on that day on the floor of Parliament, when Honorable Rainbow Paita was on the other side with James Marabe, when he was Mr. Fix-It-All? Why now, when Honorable Rainbow Paita is the alternate Prime Minister who will get his position soon? It's obvious that it's a political witch hunt, and we must discourage this from our Prime Minister. Prime Minister is now setting a bad precedent where if you remain with the government, you are prone to investigations. This is an indirect threat or a blackmail at the highest level. Yes, well, Honorable Governor Muduvel has rightfully said, being in an opposition is not a death sentence. But now it's otherwise now. The actions of the Prime Minister is now making it look obvious that being in an opposition is a death sentence. This is a bad precedent for our country. Every members of the Parliament are equal and capable of becoming a Prime Minister, just like what Prime Minister preaches every day. They must be let to go and exercise their people's wishes, and not by indirectly threatening and blackmailing. If Prime Minister can do this to Honorable Governor Allen Bed when he was the alternate Prime Minister then, and now he is doing it to Honorable Rainbow Paita when he is now the alternate Prime Minister, what is the guarantee that he would not do it to any members of the Parliament who are now with the government? There will come a time when your conscience becomes very clear and Prime Minister's sweet talks become sour in your one. You would want to move on. And on that day, today is Honorable Rainbow Paita and today is Honorable Allen Bed. Tomorrow will be you. We cannot let a Prime Minister who will dictate your decisions. It's about time you step out and make your choice now. And having said that, let me say this. Let me make this appeal. If Prime Minister is very much concerned about the huge amount of money being pumped in one particular department, I am now calling for Honorable Prime Minister to do Hela people a favor by quickly directing the Office of the Auditor General, like what he did now, and investigate Hela provincial government accounts now. If Prime Minister is genuine about this case, Prime Minister must now direct the Office of the Auditor General to investigate Hela provincial government. It's very serious now. We understand there is a huge amount of money in the form of development levies, in the form of IDGs or MOA funds, in the form of special support grants, in the form of PIP funds, etc. Huge amount of money being spent into Hela provincial government coffers, but literally speaking, there is nothing to show on the ground. There is no visibility of these funds on the ground. And that is before the eyes and the ears of the Honorable Prime Minister, and he's very much aware of this. Maybe those uneducated, maybe those who does not know what's happening, we might think that Tari Airport, the upgrading of Tari Airport or the Amber to the road that is happening, the constructions that is happening, and there must be coming from Hela provincial government, but it's not. It's not. The Tari upgrading of the Tari airport, we understand it was funded by ADB. Amber to Tari Road was funded by national government. Credit to Honorable Peter O'Neill for initiating that. Como to Nogoli to Como Road, Nogoli to Halibu Road, Halibu to Kobiogo Road, now Kobiogo to Oxaman Road, which is funded by OTM Tax Credit Scheme. Angora to Piribu Road, that is funded by us and Mobile Tax Credit Scheme. Much of that work that is done and that is visible on the ground is funded by Tax Credit Scheme or from the national government or from ADB. But from the provincial government, there is nothing to show on the ground, except the fact that there was a 3 million public toilet and failed gun surrender program and failed gun detection drone. These are named a few, but there is literally nothing funded by Hela provincial government to show on the ground. And also, the huge amount, now we are hearing about Hela Investment Limited and Arafura Limited and all of that company, the Hela provincial government has registered and doing business on behalf of the people of Hela. And the Hela provincial government has also used the landowners' money to establish a company called Zero Power. I don't think the landowners are aware of this. I don't think the Hela people are aware of these funds. If these monies were being spent, if these monies were Hela people's money being used to establish those companies, Hela people need to know. But now we don't know. It's not obvious now. I don't think these are companies that we are now hearing, or we are now talking about has been endorsed by Hela Provincial Assembly or PEC, Provincial Executive Council. Prime Minister, you know very much what I'm talking about. You know very much what I am talking about. There is huge amount of money. I'm not talking about the money that is, literally, yes, Taripori, there is nothing to show on the ground, obviously, I know. I am a Taripori man. Yes, I am but mostly not this man, but I belong to Taripori, and I know it very clearly. There is literally nothing to show on the ground. It would not look good for you to order an investigation into your own account, but it would be best if you allow investigation in Hela provincial government account, and Hela provincial, Hela people will be at peace. Prime Minister, this is timely. You must direct the office of the Auditor General to investigate Hela provincial government account now. Time you work in blue yet, you make him blue yet, you discipline him blue yet. Narabla province na narabla members by poret you. Blow you yet, you hang him up him na, you kirap him na, you hide him stuff na, you walk lokolo narabla man. Humble trust him, you know. Blow Hela province, you lose him stuff. Shop Nalins province, you lose him stuff. Enga, you lose him stuff. First one through, you call up Golo Civica, look him. Suppose you can allow him to investigate him civic provincial government accounts, governor or prime minister, you must now allow him investigation to the Hela provincial government account. If you are joining, hear me. Thank you.